Okay, we're live. Hello, everybody. Let me
Hello.
just get the game going. Kind of got caught up trying to finish off Super Mario Bros. U. We're a bit late because of that.
It's fine.
I'm missing one star on my save file.
Wow, that's frustrating.
Yeah, and I had to look up what it was, and apparently I have to capture that dumb purple ninja thing on every world, which is what I haven't done. I've done literally everything else.
Wow.
No, wait, this is the wrong one. Snake English. I thought it's sorted by dates. Guess it doesn't. Yeah, I didn't catch Nabbit like on every single level.
So, don't you just love early 2000s or late 90s shooters?
Okay, so only we have a new gun here. Oh no, we don't. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, this is a sneaking mission, so we can't have anyone raise the alarm. Let me see if I can find it in the controls.
At least it's not weapon procurement on site this time. So.
Toggle notebook. So I think we press N. Oh man, that sure is a font.
Wow.
Stowaway aboard. Okay, so we need to infiltrate supply compound. Stowaway.
It's Metal Gear.
Stowaway aboard supply truck bound for rocket base. Ensure no alarms are sounded.
This sounds like Metal Gear.
Yeah.
DJ Buff Snake Blaskowitz.
I remember this being an annoying mission, but also I was a kid. Oh.
Yeah, I can't remember many good stealth mechanics in shooting games. It seems like this could get really frustrating really quickly.
Happens all the time. You'll get used to it. Are they training today? I don't know. There's a schedule here somewhere.
Wow,
I
that's...
doubted you that.
Yeah, that's a takedown.
Yeah, he must have had this very sensitive blood vein in his ass.
I have to post this watch schedule in the next 20 minutes, so Lieutenant will have my head. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's not... I'm not sure that was an obvious enough climbing spot. How good is the suppression on that gun?
I think it's like completely silent as far as AI is concerned.
Yes, classic video game suppression.
I mean, it's very problematic if it's not completely silent because it's very hard to gauge distance and loudness.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I guess that's that. Anything in the water?
Please, Steve, do not put the music on top of everything.
Ah, got a new gun. Shame it's loud as heck.
Oh.
Won't
Yeah, perfect. Perfect mission to get that gun, huh? So is it just no alarms are sounded?
no alarms are sounded, yeah.
So, are there... Is it fine getting...
So you can get spotted, but the problem is because to activate an alarm they need to run towards the alarm. So what may happen is like you think you're safe, but somebody is already running and activating the alarm.
Oh shit, that would suck if you quick saved.
Yeah, so that's why I'm trying to not to get like spotted by anybody because it's just like safer that way.
So, last stream you mentioned something about sudden, unexpected supernatural elements in games. In this game specifically. But,
Well, they kind of advertised it as such. It's just like that I only got the game because like that was a period
Yeah.
where I would look at a magazine and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, cool! They declared this game of the month, so I'm gonna get it." And I wouldn't even
So-
read the I wouldn't even read the review.
yeah,
I'd just be like, "Okay, game of the month, got it. Probably good."
I kind of began thinking when you said that, and I remembered 2 specific times I got scared enough from a game that I just turned off. Turned off the game or console. And one of those were in Thief the Dark Project.
Yeah, I've never actually played that one.
I'd say it's worth trying it out. It's a really interesting stealth game. Just that thing about sudden supernatural bullshit.
I feel it's always like better when that's a plot twist, but also marketing likes playing that front and center as well as like a selling point. Especially because there were a lot of World War II shooters in this era.
I never looked at marketing and stuff like that, so I never knew. At that time, I basically never knew what I was getting into.
I mean, the most famous example I know of is Quake 4, where the big plot twist was because how the setting goes is they're capturing humans and brainwashing them and turning them into hybrid robots / aliens.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
So the big plot twist in Quake 4 was like 1/3 through the game, they capture you
Yeah.
and turn you, but before the brainwashing process, you're saved, and then you fight like on the side of humans as like a modified like alien super soldier.
It's-
And that was meant to be a big plot twist, but
Yeah.
marketing put it on the back of the box. And
Wow.
from what I understand from speaking to some developers who worked on that, they were really fucking pissed about it. Because
I can understand why.
because the entire thing was like paced and structured, so it would be a surprise.
Well, yeah. I remember seeing the scene on YouTube, and that scene gets kind of gruesome.
Yeah, it's like you're in first person, you're strapped to an operation, I guess, table that's moving, and you see your limbs being cut off and replaced. Like it was pretty hardcore for like that time.
It was meant to be shocking,
Yeah.
100%. It's just meant to shock. Like suddenly, oh shit, this is happening to the main character, me.
So let's see if I'll get spotted if I climb up. I guess.
Wow.
I guess I forgot that when they're on the ledge, they are mandatory to fall down.
Wow. That,
So that was I spotted by? Maybe I was actually just spotted in the meantime by somebody down here.
I wonder. It's not giving any feedback about that.
Well,
Well, you're dead.
nope. Activate the alarm.
Yeah.
I hate that like when the mission has failed, you can't quick load. You have to wait for the fade out.
Oh, that's really bad.
Okay, well, I can't have alarms activate, but maybe I can like. I'm gonna try and stab that guy one more time. Because I almost did.
Yeah, somehow you almost snuck around him. Like, he's... That... Oh no. Yeah, they saw that.
It's
So
because
basically-
it's because it's like I mentioned on the last stream. It's not like actual ragdoll effect. It's like
Yeah.
check proximity check proximity to stuff like destructible walls, stairs, shit like that.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter how he dies, even though I'm kind of like, oh, I'm taking him down with the knife. He's always gonna fall off of that tower because it's programmed that way.
yeah, you could. It's probably also not. They do not want to do something too complex on old hardware. So. And also, they probably didn't do enough testing around that, so.
Oh, fuck off.
Wow, that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
That you could barely see those guys.
Okay, let me try another thing.
On all monitors, that would be even worse because you would not at all see them. Like. Do you have vision on the alarm?
Yeah, that's kind of like what I'm thinking of, like maybe shooting the alarm. Oh.
No sniper?
I don't have a sniper rifle. They send you on a sneaking mission without a fucking sniper rifle.
They let you keep a lot of other weapons, but the sniper rifle is a no-no.
Let's see if I can just like go around. Maybe I should not be even engaging them.
Yeah, they seem to. It seems like they just spot you too easily. This sure feels like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the other game that's scared me enough to make me turn off the console was actually Metal Gear Solid 2. in the Rex section, when the kernel is going crazy. It's probably because I'm kind of sensitive to sounds.
I mean, it's not easy to get startled by sounds. Let's see if I can sneak into that tunnel.
And yeah, that section was really weird and sudden. If those guys spot you now, I'm gonna be fucking angry. That is Plytra.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Then I got spotted.
Yeah, this game does not have a good stealth system.
I mean, it's very light stealth.
Yeah. I guess they've designed a line. Yeah, they straight up they straight up just paid it out for you.
Yeah.
Here's the covert path.
Yeah, basically avoid everything.
Just go in the outer extremities of the map. Just yeah. It's kind of boring stealth design though.
I think how I actually beat this as a kid was I did like a cheat for all weapons, and I had the sniper rifle, so I could just like, because it would give you, the cheat would give you all weapons available I think in that level, not like all weapons in general, so it gave you the sniper rifle.
Oh. That's a weird cheat.
Wait, what? How was I seen?
Usually it's all weapons or and I have no idea how the hell you were seen.
I think it was the guy in the tower.
Facing this way. It's kind of impossible to tell. Yeah, good thing.
Oh, never mind. I was seen.
Wow, that really sucks. The way that works.
Well, nobody activated the alarm.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing even the sniper has a limited range for sound.
No, they just didn't activate it. They decided to shoot me instead, which is fine. That's why like this is somewhat lenient because it's not like about oh you can't be detected. It's like the alarm just can't be triggered.
If it wasn't lenient, this would be actual hell.
I fucking hate letters in these old games. Is there any like cave or anything here?
The bad ladders actually take me back to Half-Life.
Yeah, I mean this wasn't like too long after Half-Life.
Bad ladders kind of persisted a long way. A long time. Just
Don't.
until they made ladder climbing automatic, like you climb the button to get on the ladder. And then
Not entirely sure
you
how
won't
to do this.
get off it until you're at the top or bottom. It was just the most dangerous thing in some games.
I do it just like across this. Because what I think I need to do is I need to enter this like outpost and then enter the supply truck in there, and then that will end the level.
Wow. I'm guessing you can't kill that guy.
I mean, I don't need to kill him. I would
guard.
I would gladly kill everybody in this game, but I don't think there's no need.
I'm just happy to see Nazis getting killed. So
Let's see something. I'm trying increasing brightness here, but decreasing it on the filter. I think it might make it not look that washed out. Oh, it doesn't actually affect the OBS capture. Yeah.
what?
Yeah, it doesn't like. I'm checking the preview now. It doesn't actually affect it, so I'm just gonna.
So now it's kind of washed out.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like now it's
That should be fine. It's happy.
yeah. Yeah, it's very weird.
A little bit washed out, but not. No, that's kind of fine. Yeah, I've never seen a game do that with OBS before.
Oh, finally we have a sniper scope.
I wonder how the graphics pipeline is working. Where are they putting that brightness in?
But I don't know. Whole games are weird.
Why would brightness in game not not affect the casket. This looks a lot better, by the way.
Yeah, I lowered it a bit. But also this is a daytime level, so we'll see what happens when I enter a crypt again.
Oh boy, some.
Okay, I guess I actually have to enter through here.
I'm really glad they did Wolfenstein games got better at stealth later on.
I mean, to be fair, most games got better at stealth. I think, like, was
Yeah.
even like the dedicated stealth games were really clunky. Like, you shot it?
Thief was kind of okay.
Okay, I got detected by somebody.
Ooh,
Oh no, I think there was somebody in the water tower. I can't tell.
I couldn't see anybody up there.
If I see him.
Oh wait, I can't.
The thing is, I don't have a. Do I have a silencer in this? Like, because I don't think I do. Oh, I do have a silencer in this. Okay.
Oh wow. In World War II?
I guess.
These are some technologically advanced Nazis.
I mean, they are. Like, we'll see that even later. It gets even worse.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a truck.
It's just that so far in this game, there's been nothing to say that, oh, they're technologically advanced. It's just, oh, here's a cult bullshit. It's where there are a lot of, I mean, for sniper rifles, that would do. Oh well, no, wait, this is a. Of course, this. I should stop thinking in real life terms. This. When I think in real life, it's like, oh, suppressors. It's mostly for just lowering the sound somewhat and suppressing the flash and stuff like that.
I mean, the silencer as a thing does not exist. Like, there's nothing that actually completely makes a weapon silent, because
No.
for that you need the subsonic ammo as well.
Yeah.
So like something like a high caliber sniper rifle would never be actually completely silent.
Not even close.
But the issue is, the issue kind of is that like Hollywood teaches you one language and then everybody comes to expect a certain thing.
Hollywood and games. Yes.
Oh, somebody saw me.
I'm
So this is the
I'm
thing.
sorry.
I don't know. This is the thing. Like I said, it's only about the alarm. So if somebody sees you, like they probably saw me while jumping over.
It can take seconds.
Yeah, it takes seconds
Or
while
longer.
you reach the alarm.
Which is, oh, if you think you're safe and get a quick save at the wrong time, you're screwed. What's that just sound?
That was me not sneaking.
How is the visibility from the front gate? Like the guy patrolling up there. Can he see you?
Not sure. I'm gonna wait like 5 seconds. Okay, I don't think anybody saw me. I'm gonna try and enter. I guess he was just facing the door.
I'm really glad the quick saves are there, because this game would not do it otherwise.
I wonder how this level works in co-op. In the Xbox. version. Because he sees me.
Is there co-op in the PC version?
Only through mods. How did you actually see or hear me?
It would be kind of fun to try it out someday.
I'd rather play non-janky games for that.
I just need to. How did he not die?
I don't know.
Ah. I just meant like just to see how it works. Exactly.
I saw videos of it online. That's about it. Why did you like react so quickly? I don't get it. Like sometimes he turns around, sometimes he doesn't.
And that person, the other person can sometimes see you through the window. Like,
I'm not entirely sure. Like I don't know who's seeing me when and how.
yeah, the feedback is really bad.
Somebody fucking saw me again.
So I'm guessing it's not just the fact that you were young that made this really bad.
Stop it. Snail.
Soldier to the left.
Yes, there we go. Thank God
Where
that's
was the
done.
secret area exactly?
I have no clue. I honestly care. Like, when it comes to shit missions, I don't give a shit about secrets.
Yeah. I'm just surprised that I couldn't see any place where that was feasible for a secret area.
Game? Okay.
That was kind of amazing. Ooh, V2 rocket.
Yep. I think now we can actually be detected. That's the only point of being stealthy, was to find the secret base.
V2 rocket test to commence in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, I think the V2 rocket just fired. Mission failed.
V2 rocket test complete. Telemetry operators, commence.
Wasn't the V2 rocket one of those ideas that were kind of... Weren't it... Was it? It was supposed to be long-range missiles from the front.
Yep. Yep. It was something they planned on doing, but they never actually did.
Probably because missile silos are... there are better ways to shoot missiles than from trucks.
Hey, comrade. Well, the thing with this, like, the whole... What? Heck,
This is the alarm sound.
I don't know.
This is even more annoying than the previous one.
Oh no, it's a
Oh.
this thing.
What? Okay. Wow, that's an annoying sound.
I think it's like, oh, caution, heavy load.
trying to remember the first place I heard about V2 rockets, and I think it's actually Red Alert, where it was the Soviets who had a V2 rockets. Red Alert was a weird game.
Also do that in my thing.
Oh, it catches people. It just catches bodies when it runs them over. I really hope it didn't expect you to be inside the map.
Do I have a grenade? I don't have a grenade. I'm gonna go back and see if there's anything in the cave.
There probably is. Just a random tiny button somewhere waiting to be pressed.
I remember like this walkway here, so that's what was kind of curious.
Launch will commence in 1 minute 30 seconds.
One minute 30 seconds. Is that actually a mission timer?
I don't know, it might actually be.
What exactly was the mission, Stephen?
I need to terminate the launch.
Launch will commence in 1 minute 30 seconds.
Probably.
Oops, that actually exploded. I didn't even realize that.
What?
I didn't even realize that was explosive.
No. Why would you even think that? Oh wow. Everything is explosive.
Sorry for the sudden scare, folks.
Launch will commence
Hey, DHA. How will I stop launch? Oh, there's water here. I like the press the brake rocket button. That's a pretty good button.
That's an amazing button. Yeah. Yeah. Just break the rocket in pieces and explode it button. Because why would you not need something like that?
I mean, if things get messy, you need some way to just break the rocket.
Yeah, plan C.
Or just isn't all on fire and everything.
I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm just guessing fire effects are expensive.
How nice of these people to just line up for me. Okay, that's less nice.
Oh. Yeah. They line up to shoot you there. I'm glad they are not too accurate, actually.
I don't know, man, they kind of like destroyed my health in a second.
Yeah, as long as you're far enough away, most bullets just miss. Yeah, that's pretty much it, Ivy.
Ah, that's a lot of Nazis.
Don't forget that it also explodes the rocket. You know, in case of emergencies where you just need to completely destroy everything in the launch site.
Why would you make a button that makes a rocket while somebody presses it? It's okay to put it marked so that everyone will know not to press it. Wow, fuck off.
That was extremely quick. They expect you to have supernatural fucking reaction abilities. What were they doing right there?
I think they were scripted to go that way if I'm here, so it would look like I could hide from them. But then they got confused because I shot them.
Yeah. That's probably it, actually.
Like, they have a lot of, like, scripted stuff like this guy now just went, like, oh, here he comes, and he was trying to run away. Just to make him look, like, smarter. Because essentially AI is just smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, that's pretty much the entire 2000s.
No, it's even now, like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Even now, AI is mostly smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, it's it's getting a little bit less smoke and mirrors, but still a lot.
No, man. Trust me, I work on that. It's you basically what AI does is very limited. What you actually do to make them look smarter is animation, sound, voice lines, things like that.
Well, yeah, it's just compared to the early 2000s. You could not do as many decisions as you could not make them do as many complex things back then as you now.
I mean, a lot of with what was that thing? A lot of stuff with AI. It's mostly like being able to like mark up stuff like, you know, have nav mesh, mark up stuff like cover nodes, things like that. Like, they have like more complex decisions, but it's also like you need a lot of supporting tools on the actual map for them to know what to do and where to go, and that also ends up being quite taxing. But AI is never like AI in games is never actual like artificial intelligence. It's just like if then statements for most part.
Now, like, kind of just hit the nail on the head. There are some really good algorithms that are meant to fool you, but yeah.
I mean, there's also like stuff like a lot of people quote, for example, Fear as having really good AI, but the thing that Fear does...
Fear is really linear.
No, it's not that. The thing Fear does is it has like really... Well, aside from being linear, it has like really good voice lines, and the voice lines basically tell you what the AI is planning to do, even if they're not actually going to be doing that, so it gives you the illusion of them being smarter. The thing is, they do it very well, because a lot of games try that afterwards and just look dumb. I can't remember what I was playing. There was something like, oh, try surrounding him or something like that, just like throwing random lines, but they were never actually doing anything of that. Whereas in Fear, they would start doing a thing and then they would say the line, so they would look smart.
Wow. you can get away with that in some scenarios, but yeah, I guess fear is one of those scenarios where you can. There's a lot of chances where you can just find ways to use those lines, I guess.
There's also things like it's a really big difference whether you're making an online or single player game, because if you have an online game, then the AI has to be networked, and that's extremely taxing, and it limits what you can actually do, because a lot of things that you'd assume can be synced up can't actually be synced up. So for example, like if if you have AI that like stands still and looks left and right, like it's difficult to sync up that with all clients as well.
Syncing anything up is a huge issue. Like there are sometimes several frames or even many frames of just difference between you and the other player or players. So that's there can be several frames where it's just plain the wrong thing that's happening. And I think I'm getting too drunk to actually think about all this.
Yeah. But yeah, essentially, essentially AI, a lot of it is just like...
AI is a problem where you basically, okay, you do the thing that you need to do to fit the game.
Essentially what you want is to make it sufficient for what your game does, and then you want to put a lot of like smoke and mirrors on it, because like an AI can do, like you can have the AI do the exact same thing and then do one thing and then do the exact same thing with pre-read animations, and people will say the one with the pre-read animation is smarter, simply because that gives the illusion of them being more human, and therefore like it's like it makes it look like they're more intelligent.
Yeah.
But like most of what AI does is just like if statements, like it's, you know, if the player is here, if the player has this much health, try this. If you haven't seen the player for this long, try this. And then you can get more complex by doing what Naughty Dog does in their things, which is like they have entire areas that are marked as like, oh, this is the searching area, and then they basically try, if they haven't seen you, they try searching an area like systematically, so it looks like they're actually like trying to figure out where you are, but what they're actually doing is they're basically evaluating the value of each unsearched node, and then they go in a certain order to them. So it's basically trying to like cover as many possible scenarios that your game has. That's why in a lot of like games, if you like play with, I don't know, God mode on and like run right straight at an enemy, they all look dumb because they're not programmed to like actually deal with that. Like they're like the player is not expected to be able to live that long.
Of course not. It's trying to. It would actually be incredibly stupid to program your AI to take God mode into account. There are some things you can do with God mode that just destroys any kind of pre-planned logic. Unless you spend your resources incredibly poorly.
So I forgot to get XP for the 2 lead levels, so here's that. I'm doing it per level completion, since bosses are kind of sparse in this. Sparse, rather, not sparse. Actually, I don't even know how it's correctly pronounced. It's one of those words I read.
I think it's different between British and American.
It's parse.
So, yeah, I'm just thinking back to Thief, the Dark Project, which basically the AI was kind of impressive because it just went between several different states, but depending on alertness level, and that was impressive for the time, which was it 98 or 99 for the first game? 99 out. Yeah. It's the AI is kind of simple, but still enough to make the situation really tense, and that's basically what we're going for.
I mean, as long as it fulfills its purpose, that's the only really important thing.
If you make an AI that fulfills its purpose, it's better than enough. It's just perfect. If you make an AI that's better than the situation prescribes, you've just wasted time and effort.
I don't actually know if the AI actually reacts to light in this game. I assume they actually don't.
I doubt it. It just feels like no, it should not react to light, since it's a fast-paced shooter.
Well, it's also like really expensive to do that.
Yeah. I mean, Thief reacted to light, but that's actually a stealth game, so it's not a shooter. The more states you have in AI, the more expensive it is. Especially for a shooter game with a lot of enemies like this, where you would have to compute for every single enemy.
I mean, essentially what you have is like you have a behavior tree, and the AI goes through its behavior tree, and the behavior tree is like a branching off thing that goes like, okay, if you see the player, shoot. If you don't see the player, but know where the player is, go there. Like, that's kind of like the basic thing.
Yeah.
And then the more nuance you have it, the more decisions the AI has to go through it. And then the more AI active you have, the more each individual instance of that AI has to go through all of the decisions. So then it starts like adding up. And depending on how complex your AI is, like if they're just like simple, like go from one point to the other, then
like earlier.
Yeah, like then you can have a bunch of them. But like a good comparison is like if you take the old Doom, like you have Doom 1 and 2, and you can have like, I don't know, 100 like cocodemons or whatever they're called, cacodemons, or imps or whatever, and they'll all function, but their behavior in that game is extremely simple. But if you look at like the new Doom, you'd never really have that many AI active, like nowhere near as many as in Doom 1 and 2, because they have much more complex decisions, like because they have to navigate towards points, like they basically, when you have a lot of verticality and you have like, let me see, let's go here, like for example, if you have like this kind of like box and the AI is able to jump over that box, then like they don't just like go like, okay, here's a box, I can jump over it. What it actually is that each side of the box has a node that tells it you can actually navigate through the snow to reach a point, and then you have like calculations of, oh, is it faster for me to jump over that box or go straight to the player? And you have like, for like very simple things, you start having much more complex calculations because the game has more verticality, more movement options. So that's why, like, in the new Doom, you have far less enemies than in old Doom, because even though enemies are doing the same, which is go to the player and hit him, just getting to the player is much more complicated.
Yeah. On that point, just on verticality, can I just say that old Doom was amazing at creating an illusion of verticality? Because that was basically just faking 3D.
Yeah.
That it's amazing the way they actually did it.
Like I say, like a lot of video game design is just smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
As long as the illusion doesn't break, it looks good. Like, I don't know if anybody saw that stream I did of Rise of the Tomb Raider, but there's a, like, final boss fight or whatever it was, where you're supposed to, like, climb up and... Ooh, a Panzer post. You're supposed to, like, climb up, hide from him, and then jump him. But I just, like, kept, like, hitting him over and over with a melee weapon and stun locking him, and he looked stupid, but that's because, you know, you're not meant to actually do that.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Okay. But the more mechanics your game has, the more likely it is the player can break it. Like, sometimes it's like an oversight, but sometimes you just have so many options for the player that you just can't account for everything. Jeez. Is there something right there? Ah, a cold Nazi meal. No, mine. Ooh. Cold. Go there. Yeah, this is where we branched off. Hey, video games are very complicated to make, and a lot of them are based on several iterations and instances developed over time. So, like, for example, if you go and like look at Hitman, like the latest one, and you're like, holy shit, that AI is super impressive. But they've been developing that AI since Absolution, so they have, you know, a decade of AI foundations they constantly keep improving. So now when like another developer pops up and goes like, okay, we're gonna make a stealth game and it's gonna be like Hitman, they have like a lot of work they need to go through.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Nur mit Autorisation. Oh, okay, we don't have authorization.
Oh. I'm about the smoke and mirrors, but I'm thinking especially older RTS games. They tried a lot of smoke and mirrors there because they could not afford actually computing any complex stuff. Like, the reason a lot of CPUs cheat in older RTS games. Yeah, that's basically the devs trying smoke and mirrors to actually have any kind of challenge in the game.
I mean, you can't really like emulate like human skill, especially with games as complex as that.
Like AoE 2, it's gotten better, but it's not perfect still.
I mean, the thing is, like, if you look at an AI making mistakes, you're gonna go like, man, the AI is dumb. But if you're playing in multiplayer and somebody else makes the same mistake, you're like, wow, that person is dumb, or, oh man, I'm so much smarter.
Yeah.
Like, I think the best you can expect from, like, bot play is to have something that simulates AI enough. Like the challenge level of a human player rather than like actually playing like a human.
In some genres, it's more important than others to simulate the player. Like RTS games, you basically need to somehow provide a challenge while not making it obvious that the game is cheating.
There's actually a very good piece of lore. There's also a study undertaken by the Ministry of Safety's Radiology Department has shown no correlation between moderate doses of microwave radiation and increased incidence of skin and blood disease. Also, all rumors attributing vomiting, diarrhea, and hair loss to such exposures have proven to be completely unfounded. It is the opinion of the Ministry that current procedures in effect for radar operators are well within acceptable safety limits. We do not at this time recommend any changes. Nice.
Office of Industrial Safety, of course. I'm sure that guy had the best of the industrial workers in mind.
I also like how these guys. I also like how the objective was like find and destroy the relay, but rather than, you know, having you reach the end and then being like, oh, you didn't destroy the relay, go back. They actually lock a door and then let you destroy it, and then they're like, okay, now the door is open and you can actually progress.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Oh, I found everything. Okay.
I think that's the first 100% level.
I think so too. Sadly, you don't get anything for that. Gain access to Cobra, prep Cobra for launch, capture Cobra and flight to OSA airbase in Malta.
So it's a special plane, I guess.
A rocket plane. Yeah, there it is.
That's... Wow, they're just going through the... Oh, what cool things can we have to play with the next list? And of course, flying a freaking rocket plane is one of them.
I don't think we're actually gonna fly. It's just gonna be enter the plane then mission.
Yeah, board the rocket plane and then watch either a cinematic or just jump as you.
I'm frankly fine if the only gameplay I encounter is shoot Nazis.
It's what the game is made for. There's nothing to complain about when you get to shoot you Nazis.
I love how he tried to kick that. But now I will flip it. You can actually realize you can flip the tables.
That's kind of amazing.
let's not go with that.
That was an amazing freeze frame.
Okay, I have to prep this for launch. I have to fuel it up.
I guess. You're getting shot at.
Wow, that does not actually do the dramatic thing I expected it to do.
Yeah, I guess they did not expect you to fire a panzer across that. It's. Wow, 3 health.
Yeah, I'm not gonna throw this.
That's basically just in FPS terms. That's basically just oh, you're gonna die.
Yep.
Yep.
They were stuck behind the truck.
Not enough AI nodes to and pathfinding to get them around. Is that a half pipe? Just half of a half pipe. Just look at that. This. Add another one of those facing the other way, and it's almost a decent start to the Tony Hawk.
I'm glad that snipers are overpowered in every fucking video game.
Yeah, they are not programmed to hit you very well at this range.
Yeah.
So you.
Although, to be fair, this is like an airfield, so it's, I think, like an extreme example.
Yeah. There has not been too many levels with this range.
Okay, let's see if we can blow up rockets. Okay, I guess not. Gonna blow up those rockets. Really?
Unless they are expecting you to use something else. Nope.
I'm surprised this doesn't actually explode. Huh. Okay.
They are not there. Of course. Can we just talk about barrels? How did they become the thing that explodes?
It's like boxes, you can just justify them being there.
Yeah. The very hazardous workplaces of first-person shooters.
I mean, also Doom started that, so a lot of stuff got taken from Doom. Like, it's also kind of like, why does almost every FPS have a shotgun? It's usually because of, you know, Doom having a shotgun.
Yeah, but most of them do it worse than Doom.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think this game actually does not have a shotgun.
Really?
I don't think it does. I don't remember it.
It kind of feels wrong to have an id software IP without a shotgun. Considering Doom did a really good shotgun. The practice of brewing coffee.
Nice. That's pretty good. Why does every FPS have guns in it? That's right, because of Doom. Well... You either have guns because of Doom, or you intentionally don't have guns because of Doom, because you have stuff like, Hexen and whatever, where it's just like magic guns, so it's not like real guns.
Hexen, which was still on an id Software engine, so... Wow. Yeah. What are you supposed to do here?
I'm supposed to prep the launch, but I'm not entirely sure
the
how
launch
it goes. Well, I don't know, that's what I'm trying to find out.
You need to stop the alarm, or...
No. Probably need to climb up top.
Howdy.
Hey, yeah.
Hey, DM.
Okay.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking how to prep the plane for launch.
About that.
Go to it.
Tony Hawk.
I couldn't hear you, Dan. What did you say?
I think you just go to it.
Gain access to Cobra launch silo.
Yeah.
So there's a silo somewhere. It's not this plane.
Yeah. Well, I haven't gone up there. So maybe it's over
Or down
there.
there.
Let's see. No, Ivy, a bow and arrow is past guns. A magic gun is a sci-fi bow and arrow.
Oh wow, wow.
Okay, I think that is the launch silo. Yeah.
I really hate that alarm.
Well, like I said before, just get used to the alarm in this playthrough because it's
They
coming
get
back.
shot through that barrier.
No.
Or did...
No,
No, they shot from the other way.
But the
Oh,
bullets,
nice.
yeah, but the bullets have penetration. That's pretty cool. Wow. Okay. That man has a Panzerfaust.
What do you use, though?
Wow. Okay, that's some precision shooting there. Never thought I'd say I'd miss regenerating health.
I like how they did regenerating health in certain games, like the new Wolfenstein, where it's up to a certain percentage, well, certain thresholds, your max health.
Yeah, I kinda miss that right now.
Getting stuck with low health in old school first-person shooters is not a fun time.
Wow, that I learned that way too far.
I've never seen anybody use a 5-second timer dynamite as a weapon in a firefight before.
Well, most people don't have to scroll through a mouse wheel to actually pick the weapon they want.
That's true.
Or for like a billion weapons, too.
Yeah.
Is this one of the games that expect you to know keyboard shortcuts? Everything?
That's every PC game
Yeah.
of this era expects you to know everything.
Like Half-Life that expects you to scroll through. Using the keyboard shortcuts expects you to scroll through different categories of guns. Wow, 15 health. Amazing.
I'll take it.
Better than nothing.
It's one bullet at least.
Okay. Elevation, fueling, tower clearance. So we need to do yellow first.
No, please don't shoot.
Fine.
Aw.
The lever on the right is to open the hatch doors. The lever has malfunctioned.
Right
so you
one.
need to go to the manual override station, just below the tower door. In there you'll see a handbrake. You'll have to turn it many times, but the doors will open. Now,
What is he
please
doing?
let me go. I told you everything I know.
That was a weird dance to do when you're threatened by.
I think he's trying to run away, but
Did you say the one on the right is the hatch door?
Yeah. Oh shit.
Great.
Okay, we have fueling. I forgot they introduced the special dudes here.
Ah, yes, the best. That's
Or at least I think it was them on the parachutes.
I'm hoping you can find more health. Because 40 health is not a lot to go by.
Oh, guess he left.
Yeah, I
well,
guess
you
he
did blow
left.
him up.
I guess he left Bear.
Look,
He's currently missing health for helping the Nazis.
Jesus Christ. These guys are tough. Well, he told me not to shoot him. I didn't shoot him.
Yeah, he's not perfectly fine.
Oh, fuck off.
At least you gave him a swift death for helping you, I guess. Yeah, I think this is what you're gonna need to do. Hope for RNG misses from the NPC. Where the hell did you go?
Around the thing.
I'm hearing them everywhere.
Yeah.
Probably just
Are they above you?
directly below him.
Below.
Oh, right, this guy. Jeez. Ugh. These guys are rough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also, this is the pain of old school first-person shooters. Gotta live with your portrait.
That's much safer. Okay, headshots actually.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
Run before the Nazis come. Well, the bigger Nazis. Trying to ambush me, you little git.
it was. I love how he looked at the box instead of in a logical direction. This is a good time to, yeah, I guess to drink something.
Run before the bigger Nazis come.
Did the music change?
Yeah.
They
Well, they can
change
climb
alert
ladders, so.
mistakes.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I don't recall ever hearing them climb. God, the splash damage is like a garbage.
There's always a bigger Nazi.
Yeah, that one dude from Indiana Jones.
Oh, they can climb ladders.
Oh, nice. Now you can shoot them while they're climbing ladders.
Yep, that's how you do it.
No need to risk anything, just wait for them to climb ladders.
Oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay. Cool.
Oh, hell room.
Cool. I like ambushes. Very Nazi thing to do, by the way, ambushing people. Okay. Good job, game.
Rip that door. That hits.
Jesus. How many grenades does it take to kill a Nazi?
Several.
How many of them are there?
Yeah, now they're finally dead. Jesus.
Were there 5 Nazis there?
There were 3 last time.
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, 5. There were 5 Nazis total.
Wow.
Okay, so everything is ready, so I think I just need to, like... I guess leave?
The lever.
But that lever's been manually hit. I think I just need to, like, enter.
Iggy, that's the magic of fixed damage values.
Okay, so it's prep for launch.
Probably some weird armor calculations. Well, numbers.
Should just be able to hit the lever in the other room.
No?
I'm kind of curious. Does this game take height to calculation when it comes to explosion damage?
I honestly wouldn't know. So everything's prepped. I think I might just need to like jump in it.
Now you just need to find your way in it.
Well, I assume this is progress because like I came back and there were Nazis.
That makes sense, yeah. Would be.
Despite Nazis not being the most progressive bunch, but you get what I mean.
Well, that's why you shoot them to progress.
Maybe we need to get there from outside.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Under the
thinking.
ladders.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's the idea, Iggy.
If you kill the non-progressive things, you progress, right?
Exactly. Oh shit! I didn't realize there was a room here. Wow.
That guy did more damage to you with a pistol than a lot of others have done with some machine guns.
Here lies BJ blown to shit by an engineer.
Yeah. I guess
There we go.
brain. Yeah.
We left out.
He's mostly bronze, so I guess brain will just be I love that early 2000s effect.
There we go. Okay, that was a cutscene, so please shush.
Come in. Well, Jack,
Blaskowitz touched down with the Cobra in Malta about 6 hours ago.
in one piece, I assume?
Yes, sir. Advanced Aeronautics is en route to Malta now.
Excellent. Now, I've read your report, Jack. Tell me what you make of this Operation Resurrection that Jerry's is so hot about.
Well, sir, this is the second time that name has cropped up. First at the dig and then at the rocket base. It is unquestionably the link between Death's Head and the paranormal group.
Anything else?
I'm afraid not, sir. We still need more information.
And what would you suggest?
We go to the source, and by that I mean we shadow Death's Head himself. And we do it right in his own backyard.
I take it you're referring to the secret weapons facility near Kugelstadt.
Exactly.
Interesting proposition. You know, for months we've been trying to infiltrate that facility and have had no luck at all.
I'm aware of that, sir.
And are you also aware that Kugelstadt itself has been undergoing intense Allied bombing raids for the past 48 hours?
Yes, sir. In fact, I was counting on that diversion to help tip the scales in our favor.
What you probably don't know is that our Kreisau friends in the area have recently reported the existence of a high-level scientist from the weapons facility who wishes to defect and is desperately seeking asylum. I imagine he could supply us with some very useful facts.
Indeed.
All right. Now this is what we're going to do. We send Agent Blaskowitz in to link up with the Kreisau group outside of Kugelstadt. They have means for getting him inside the weapons facility, and he can assist them as necessary in order to get this scientist out of there and back in our hands.
And then?
And then we have him play the bloodhound, follow the scent.
To be honest, that entire cutscene was just like a lot of background noise drowning out the voices. It's like, here's a clock, here's the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to listen to them, but I did not concentrate at all.
I heard him fine.
Eliminate Panzergrenadier team. Escort the captured Panzer safely to the SWF complex. Aid Kreisau Circle in safe defection. And access the SAWF complex. Oh god, this is an escort mission as well. Oh fuck me.
Oh,
Forgot about that. Also,
Not a bad one.
we have
But you get dual pistols now.
me being a bit drunk is not helping matters.
Yes, he is.
Wait, how did I turn it
Ah, yes. I recognize these gun sounds. I love that stock line brewery. I'm pretty sure Counter-Strike is using some of these sound effects as well.
Well, to be fair, if they recorded the actual guns, there's only so many ways a gun can sound.
Yeah.
So, is there anybody else here?
Probably upstairs.
So remember this level existing. I don't remember much about it.
I remember.
Oh god damn it, game. Oh well, he's dead.
Now keep moving. You must locate the extraction.
Yeah, this is the Call of Duty mission.
Okay, jump on the tank. Jump on the tank.
Yes!
Fuck yeah.
That was perfect.
Ow.
Wow,
Who's shooting me?
Nice.
Oh, it was a sniper. Okay.
Unfortunately, the tank can take care of itself. Yeah.
I feel every time you mount a machine gun, there should be like 5 Nazis spawning just for you to kill them. Oh fuck!
I argue that this. I think I likely prefer this generation of the one that means I really have to.
Oh, the scientist has been killed. What?
What?
And I think I quick saved just as it happened. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to load from the start of the stage.
Wait, which side?
The scientist I have to extract.
Safe.
I never saw it.
No, don't. What? Load that? There we go. Gotta restart this stage, I guess.
I don't really feel like the game gave you a lot of chance.
Oh well, happens.
Love that script sense of it. Not.
Let's see here.
I love how rigid the movements are. There's zero momentum. You don't go forward or backwards.
Okay, this is the part where they told you hurry, but I didn't hear that.
Sprint through.
I don't know, man.
I mean,
Nazi burns and a Nazi screams, that's enough for me.
good on them for trying.
So, are we done?
More than when the fire hits you, basically, base becomes indecipherable.
Here I can say, what if we took Nazis and set them on fire and we won't get banned like on Twitter?
Yeah, Twitter was banned just for doing it.
I need to kill that guy.
That guy's scripted to shoot through that specific. Oh,
You have to clear the entire area.
I think that's that one. I might have left some behind when they rushed through.
You did.
I don't really know about that.
Good. Science is safe. There's heavy resistance along the last road before the weapons complex. Let's go.
No, okay, that's done.
He needs your help. Move.
I feel like they expected you to have killed everybody when you got there.
Push his health. I think this gun is actually in Wolfenstein as well. Or a variation. I think it's like the oh, I got Puncher Faust.
All right, must move quickly.
I didn't see that.
Those are the most dangerous ones. No, he wasn't behind. Somewhere around here.
Yeah,
I guess go find them as well. Well, sometimes you have health and sometimes you lose it immediately.
That guy just refused to die.
Every time I'm like, what's that sound? It's like, oh, it's a flamethrower.
I like that they have because they essentially used the same attack.
oh yeah, before you go further, climb that pipe there. Get that one there.
Thanks. I like that the one secret area is right at the exit.
Better place to just having it. Especially when you give the player the option to go back.
This game is fairly good about letting you go back all the way to the start of the level if you need it.
I like it how they pop up the enemy before you actually decide.
I actually want to use that. Bang, this is like the most reliable weapon in the fucking game.
That and the MP40.
It helps that they announced our Facebook program most of the time further away they get from you.
The Thompson is also really good, but there's like almost never ammo for it. Bye-bye. Yep, that was the one part.
It was just a bad time.
Jeez. It's like a war zone here.
Gasp.
Who would have thought? I keep thinking I'm hearing a grenade.
You were. There was a
You
guy
are.
above me throwing a grenade.
And then Bear shot him in the foot and he fucking flew.
Didn't hear the explosion. I just,
Lovely. Damn it.
wow, the large machine guy. Dang.
Right, you can't shoot while leaning. Oh, I can't even fucking
Wow.
peek while being shot at. Still have a punter files, they should.
You just go around him.
It's kind of annoying how quickly he spawns.
Nah, he's dead now.
As he shoots.
Leave no Nazi unkilled.
Yeah.
Oh man, unkilled sounds like it would be a good FPS name.
Or a Dark Souls game.
How would you define the word unkilled?
Unkilled. So it's kind of like... It's kind of like if you were killed, but you're back from the dead.
Just basically turn back the time and
Oh shit. Don't reload now. Flamethrowers and tight tunnels are another good combo.
yeah, those guys are basically the same as the flame zombies, but they
It's a bit annoying that like the flamethrower is so risky to use. But when it's used on you, it's just like guaranteed damage. Guess he did not see that coming.
Friendly fire.
That aim was amazingly off. Just... Are you sure that they just didn't have a personal feud going on between them?
I mean, he was trying to hit me, and he would have, but his friend graciously popped the bullet. Oh shit, that's the special boy.
That was the problem of an enemy just immediately not caring what's between you and the line of sight.
Yeah. Like, yeah, Thompson just like murders people immediately, but there's never ammo for it.
Well, it is an American gun.
I mean, it makes sense that there's never ammo for it.
It's also close range, so...
God, it's like playing Grand Orchestra all over again.
It makes sense to have a close range weapon to do a lot of damage. Same stuff. It'll at least seems like the mischance block just decreases a lot further away.
So
they
how
are.
do I disarm this thing? I told you, just clip the red wire. Or was it the blue one? Ah, hold on while I go get the manual. Never mind, they all look great to me anyway.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Nice. Colorblind engineer is not a good idea.
No.
At least not for demolitions.
Colorblind demolition. That's perfect.
Oh god. How did, like, the explosion not kill you? Stupid Nazi. Now I got the jump on you. Man, I love, like, dumb soldier banter like that one just now.
It was really characteristic era games.
I mean, the new Wolfenstein also has that, except, like, the best ones are on the super grindy missions. Like, there's, like, optional missions in, then the, like, the new Colossus, and then every time you start it, it starts with, like, an exchange between two Nazis.
I guess it's just really well, it was introduced.
Should have expected a Panzerfaust.
Where did that get shot from?
From the right. I remember when I played this as a kid, and then my dad explained to me, did you know that the Panzerfaust was so easy to use that even a kid could use it? That was like the main design of it. I'm like, yeah, that I know. I'm being killed by it.
Wow. I guess he just had to teach me something as you were playing.
Man, this night scope is shit.
It is so bad. I hate it so much.
You can't see anything. It basically just stops you from seeing anything.
But yeah, the the Panzerfaust was like super easy to use. You just needed to know like where to aim it, which is like rocket part go up front. I see him.
And I'm guessing it doesn't have those annoying parts like making sure to keep the back clear from so that allies are not staying right behind you.
No, it was like super simple to use. It was the same, like it was so strong because it's like it's a disposable rocket launcher.
Yeah. What was that? What was the project called? Venom Gun?
Yeah, those are.
Wow,
It does not do what it sounds like it does.
I guess we found the Panzerfaust guy.
Oh, that's one.
Thank God window frames don't have collision.
Yeah.
We are lucky they did not have enough CPU and GPU budget.
Nah, man, that would just be annoying. Like, if the AI couldn't shoot through it, then. It doesn't have bullet collision, but it has like collision for a player. I did not complete the objectives. There we go. I need to find where the project book is.
It was back in the... Back to, yeah, you're heading in the right-ish direction. It was in the building you just came from. The one with the dudes who blew themselves up. It was like a book on a table.
Because of this.
Get there.
It seems to be that.
That was what I was thinking of.
Somewhere in the factory. Oh wait, this is where I started from. Okay.
I'm trying to decipher this protocol. No place for the monster got out of there.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll be able to find it. It shouldn't be too hard. I just need to scour the area a bit more.
Bombed out factory. shotgun, bombed out attic. Jump across.
So it's not here. Assuming this is the interior of the factory. I've been one of the like rooms.
This is one thing I do not. Oh, that one single.
I think it might be here. Yep, there it is.
Alright.
Shall we reload that? There we go.
That called the Venom pick.
I think it's called the Venom Gun Project. 16 attempts, we died a lot in this level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A couple of those were to Price Pants House.
gain access to the main warehouse complex, locate the primary lift, and proceed to the SWF. I'm gonna do a safety save.
For the best considering what's in this level.
Fuck off. Ow.
Rise from your grave.
Aw, thank you, Rain Whisker. Half a year of subscriptions, nice.
That's a nice amount of loyalty out there.
Ah, it is nice. Oh god, there's a lot of Nazis. That's a Nazi with a Panzerfaust. Ow. Jeez, they're meaty. Because these were the Nazis that ate very well. Fuck you! Okay. Thank God they can't leave that train. Can I climb this now? There's something very World War II about a firefight in a factory or a train yard. Like, because a lot of, at least where I'm from, a lot of the World War II era shows and movies would often have big fights in these kind of areas.
It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense because trains and supply.
Yeah. We had a really popular World War II show. It's called in Serbian Otpisani, which in English translates like those who have been written off. So it's like guys who end up in the resistance and are like written off as regular citizens during the occupation. Like basically on a Nazi hit list or something like that. I think that's what his reference is. But that was like ridiculously popular. Like Yugoslavia being, you know, communist post-World War II had a lot of World War II, post-World War II propaganda. Because we won. Motherfucker.
Even Sweden had its own post-World War II propaganda. Oh, where they basically answer, oh, I guess we saved some Jews, I guess.
That's very weird to me, but okay.
Yeah.
Considering Sweden's history in World War II.
Yeah, it's basically just Sweden just tried to not upset any huge powers at any cost, basically.
Yeah. They probably had several shows prepared, and it's like, okay, if the Allies win, we're gonna do these shows, and if the Axis wins, we're gonna have to do these ones.
Sweden was incredibly scared to do anything, I guess.
How very lagom of Sweden, as the Swedes would say. That lagom is such... Lagom is one of those words that I'm so sick of hearing because so many Swedes keep telling me, oh, it's an untranslatable word, it's the most Swedish word ever, and I'm like, no, it means just enough, it's easy to translate.
It's just somewhere around the vicinity of just enough.
Exactly. No, back on the topic of the World War II stuff, like Yugoslavia's takeaway from World War II was, oh, we were surrounded by Axis, which was true, and we were occupied, which was true, but we gave them a lot of trouble while they were occupying us, which is also true.
Sweden's takeaway was basically just, oh, we were fucked. I remember reading in some history book that...
That's what he has to say first.
To show readiness, Swedish newspaper ran a picture with a person basically just with a like almost military dude be showing readiness by being in a park with a handgun. Because there had been in such a de-escalation of
Wow.
The ruling Liberal Party of Sweden basically didn't prepare for any military situation at all. No, I'd say that it's not a. It is not a, basically giving the Nazis free reign. A lot of like transporting.
Yeah, Serbia officially like joined the Axis initially during the start of World War II, and then there were mass protests from people because nobody wanted to join the Axis. And then we overthrew the government, and then the Nazis were like, "Oh well, fuck you, we'll just occupy you."
Which is basically what would have happened.
Yeah, but one of the slogans.
I'm almost done. Just a minute. We don't have a minute. That head wanted to leave an hour ago, and he's furious. All right.
But
So why's
luckily,
it
Sweden was not
He's
actually
leaving for the Pacific.
anywhere near strategic enough to actually be worth occupying.
Priority shipment of Swiss chocolate is due to arrive on the 0900 supply train. The shipment is to be delivered intact to the S senior officer mess. Extra guards will be detailed to prevent pilfering. Nice. One of the popular slogans in Serbia during the protests before they overthrew the government was translated to better to go to war than ally ourselves with them, but it was like short, snappy, and rhymed. Sounded bolje rat nego pakt, aka better to have a war than a pact.
Yeah, part of me actually wishes we went that route.
I mean, I don't know. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know, man. Sweden is doing pretty well for itself.
Oh, we got extremely fucking rich of basically having no losses from World War II. We did really well the post-war years.
Yeah. That. You did pretty well, and like Serbia has this tendency to Serbian people have this tendency to glorify or be proud of failures a lot. So it's kind of like, oh yeah, we lost a lot of people during World War II, and we ate a lot of shit during World War II. But damn, did we not make them work for it? And that's kind of like the general's. It's a very spiteful nation. It's a general sentiment of people there. It's just like, you know, I may lose, but I'm gonna give you so much trouble for your win, you're not gonna believe it.
Serbia, the country of spice.
I mean, on record, I'm pretty sure that like Axis forces were basically like, yeah, like we have occupied Serbia, but we are having a really fucking hard time keeping everything in check because there was like because it's essentially you occupy a country that has experience of being occupied throughout the entire like history. Like it was occupied by the Ottomans for like 5 centuries. Like it's a very spiteful nation. So like, oh, we're finally free from the Ottomans. It's barely been a few centuries. Oh, look, now the Nazis are here. Well, fuck you all.
I'm just gonna sit in my corner and pout.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing up there?
Hiding.
What really annoys me about World War II is the way we lied, not Germany, Ireland.
Yeah, well, from what I understand, Sweden was basically just like playing both sides. That was their shtick.
Oh, yeah, we just did whatever. Ow,
that was a really annoying shot. I heard some people like refer to it as neutrality, but because it's like, oh yeah, we weren't on anyone's side. We played both sides as being neutral, and I'm like, no, that's playing both sides.
Yeah.
Neutrality is staying out of it entirely.
I was gonna say
the thing is, we were officially neutral. Officially.
Yeah, it's bootleg Switzerland over here.
Basically. We did not have any real power to remain neutral. So we basically just went, fuck it, we'll just play both sides. It's not helped by basically political opinion being really split.
Indonesian islands had like 5 countries occupy their land before we won our independence. Yeah, like Serbia has always been between Eastern and Western influence. Like that's kind of a running trend. How can I make this jump? I think I can make the jump. It's basically like it was Austro-Hungary versus the Ottomans. Then it was like Axis versus Allies. Well, that was more East and West, but yeah, and then it was like post World War II, the West versus Russia. It's just like always between two sides.
The thing about that is that tends to create a really long-standing bad feelings, like bad nationalist opinions. Like, oh, I hate this country because of the history.
Yeah, it's essentially, it's still like apparent in, what's this? Alright, that's more controversial stuff. It's really apparent in people's attitudes where it's like, some people are more Western inclined and some people are more like Russia inclined, where like, oh yeah, Russians are also Orthodox Christian and Slovenian.
Just in time to watch me die.
Thank you for Apollo. Enjoy your persona.
Minority count had the weird ships.
Yeah, and like with the West, it's like, oh yeah, the West is the democracy and progressive in European Union, but also the West bombed us.
Meanwhile, there's somehow still bad feelings between Sweden and Denmark.
I mean, some things just don't die.
Yeah. Somehow people are still proud of winning independence from Denmark.
It kind of reminds me, it's a different kind of thing altogether, but right around the time like the Iraq War was going on, and how France and England were determining between whether or not they wanted to join us in our stupid ass war. In that there was basically there was tensions between France and England about whether or not to join, and then there was like a newscast or something that had the headline of England and France are at historic tensions. Oh. I'm like, you idiot.
Has there ever been any time in the recent like 800 years when they haven't been in historic tension?
Okay, I'm back. So we got another follow, so thank you for a follow. Enjoy your persona. Okay, locate Death's Head U-boat pen, obtain information, Death's Head's destination.
Turns out it takes way too long for countries to forgive each other.
My apologies, Herr Oberfuhrer, but the weapons loadout on the new torpedoes is taking more time than originally anticipated.
I don't have time for this nonsense. I have important
Richard Mole,
business
what are you
to
doing
attend
here?
to. This boat leaves for the X-Labs within the hour, torpedoes or not. Is that understood, Major?
Perfectly.
Or not Richard Mole. Dude who played Colonel Mustard in the Clue movie.
Wow.
I keep forgetting like what Death's Head exact role is because they call him Herr Oberfuhrer, but I'm pretty sure he still reports to Hitler, or I don't know if he's like a Hitler stand-in. Because in the new Wolfenstein you have...
Isn't he supposed to be something like Mendeley?
Maybe?
Like he's just like the head scientist.
Yeah. He's basically a scientist that's
there we go.
really unethical.
Yeah, there's still Hitler, so he's still around.
Yeah.
Well, like, the main bad guy in this game is Himmler.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's just the immoral scientist.
Okay, he's a
Like,
nihilist then.
like Joseph Mendele.
Yeah, because like Wolfenstein doesn't really do anything with Hitler for a very long time. Like after Wolfenstein 3D, and then he appears again in the latest one. And it's like until then I was just like, oh, okay, so he still exists. I just was really confused about it.
Does this take place in a universe in which Wolfenstein 3D happened?
No.
No, I think this is like
Okay.
I think this is like a soft reboot.
Okay.
It has, because in Spear of Destiny, went hell to kill. Right?
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's something like that.
yeah, this is like a soft reboot, and then there was that 2008 full-on reboot.
2009.
Or 2009,
Soft-
sorry.
Kind of soft reboot after that. Like, half soft reboot.
Like, I think the New Order is kinda a continuation because I think it references some characters from the 2009 reboot.
Carolyn was in that game.
Yeah.
Like, for Resistance.
I'm not. I don't think it actually expects you to know anything about the 2009.
No, it definitely doesn't.
It's basically just taking a few elements of that game and just going as a.
It's like we can't reboot Wolfenstein for the 5th time. Because I think that's what they were at that point, because you had the Wolfenstein, like, the really old ones, you had Wolfenstein 3D, you had this.
Wait, first you had Wolfenstein 1 and 2 and then 3. 3D was basically 2.5D reboot. Not even that. A first person of the original stealth games.
Yeah.
It's a Doom cop.
Then you had the expansion pack here at this, and then you had a reboot. And a reboot in 2009. And then the weird situation with order, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Is the FG2 or the FG42? Is it semi-auto when you're scoped in, or fully auto when you're hit, or is semi-auto only?
I mean, it seems to be full auto.
Oh, okay, it's just really slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't so good because
It also doesn't help that this game has this weird thing where I guess this is like a new age thing where like if you're scoped and you move too much, it unscopes you.
Oh yeah, because this, yeah.
Because this is before like aim down sights were a standard thing.
Well, at least it doesn't yank you out of scope
Yeah.
when you're being shot at.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because I was thinking, I'm like, well, yeah, it's not like the Halo system where you get shot and you get knocked out of scope.
Yeah. I'm fine with that last night.
I was playing Halo last night.
Yeah, from my stream.
Oh, nice.
Wasn't going well.
Oh, I'm sorry. Getting ready for that Halo collection.
Yeah, sure.
As I say, my
Yeah.
extreme enthusiast.
Oh, here's a sign of things to come.
just, what the hell is that?
That-
New enemy type.
So that's the game telling you, oh right, remember like 2 hours ago when you were fighting undead in a crypt? Like, yeah, okay, we're kind of bringing some of that weird shit back now. It's been a while.
It's time to go in the other direction with sci-fi shit.
What is that?
Oh god.
cyber zombie, basically.
That even count as what?
That's what you save your Panzerfaust for.
Oh, there's another one in here.
Yeah, I think
There's
so.
several in here.
That's the
Oh,
way.
you got the venom.
Yeah, I want to kill. Oh, they're fighting it. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
kill.
Yeah.
I love
It is
enemies fighting.
Yeah,
that
it's
cost-
it's something that like I still love from like the original Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, these things are kind of rough.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I couldn't.
Hey, in the stream, welcome to the stream. Yeah, what were we gonna say, Lolo?
I could have sworn that this was a Raven software game, but it is definitely not.
Yeah, I could have sworn as well.
Because the 2009 reboot was definitely Raven.
Oh my fucking god! How can one fucking zombie be so squiggly? Doesn't even have legs.
It does so much damage.
Yeah, no. This is like zombies were like, oh hey, we have zombies, but you didn't expect that. And then the sci-fi shit is just like, okay, we're not fucking around anymore.
And they're not even the worst ones.
No.
Is it proximity damage, actually?
Okay. Oh, I thought I killed it by then.
Oh, and there's another one.
Oh wow. Enemy type kind of stuff.
Wow, Blasco, it's used there for shit.
Well, he's not as tough as he is in modern Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I just like the fact that it seems like the main FPS franchise this company worked on before this was the Redneck Rampage series.
Oh no. Oh no. Wow. Was it? Did they make the original Redneck Rampage as well?
They've made Redneck Rampage the early years, Redneck Rampage Rise Again, Redneck Deer Hunting, and oh right, that's right. They're also the Kingpin people.
Oh shit. Jesus.
I wonder they made a competent first-person shooter in this one. Because Redneck Rampage did not age even close.
No, it was exactly 1997.
Yeah.
They also made Siberia and Siberia 2 Resurrection.
Why is there third fucking sci-fi?
No. There. Yeah, there's a third one. Okay, I think if we do this, I'll kill it. Nope. Oh, well, in fact not.
Wow, that splash damage sucks.
Yeah. That was one of those games where splash damage is shit because they realized it was overpowered. Okay, it's actually dead. Jesus.
Take it a few times to make sure.
Yeah, they're going to expect to use the venom a bunch in the future.
Yeah.
Basically takes over for the MP4 at this point.
Wow.
Yeah, let's not open that door. You don't have to open that door, I believe.
They are not.
Yeah.
What?
It is a minigun, so.
Say, I can't believe you just Robocop that guy.
Pretty good. Okay, so what is this for?
I'm not not sure what that did.
That opened the big door.
Oh,
Just unlocked it.
was that the one with the electric? No.
I mean, I assume it did something.
Did it open the door behind you?
I'm thinking.
Oh, it's the bridge up there.
Oh. Normally, it's a good idea to just gradually introduce you to new enemies, strong enemy types, right?
I mean, it depends a lot. Like at this stage, it's like you're already used to so many things, and you've been killing similar enemy types for a while, so it's like, okay, we're just gonna throw a curveball.
Yeah, but 3 of those at the same time seems a little bit hard.
I wonder how this is going to work. That's so ridiculous.
I love that weapon.
Mm-hmm. It's quite good.
Oh, it eats up ammo though.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I have enough of these. Let's put it down.
Ah, early position alarm. It's so clear where everything is, despite all the walls around you.
Oh, I guess this if I accidentally fall or something.
Yeah, the thing is you fall.
Oh, wait. Oh, so there is something here.
Time to find a button.
A second late, you would have fit nicely into a sandwich.
Oh, thank you for a cheer. Much appreciated.
That line read will never get old.
No, I'm pretty proud of all the notification sounds.
The original Resident Evil was so good, yeah.
Oh, okay, there's a drop. That's from higher up. Well, I feel like I have to like go through here? Way to break stuff. The Jill sandwich one is really old. Like, that was like from the hitbox days. That's how old it is. Because it's from when, God, like that was like, not even just GD, that was back when it was full on score attack with Johnny as well, when we did the Resident Evil 1 Remake LP. That's like ancient.
Oh yeah, you did some streams later on.
Yeah. Well, the line is like from the LP, but I use it for streams then as well.
Yeah, that's definitely for the remake.
You also did a remake later on, original voices.
Oh shit, I did do that. I should do that again. I'm actually thinking of what to do for when Halloween comes around, because I want to do a little horror game. Oh, okay, there's where I need to go.
The original voice, the original lines in Resident Evil are just so good.
So say, didn't you say that? Or trying to think, have you played the Silent Hill games before?
I have never streamed a Silent Hill game. I've played almost all of the Silent Hill games. Played Downpour and Stream. Played Downpour and Stream. I played 1, 2, 3, and Shattered Memories and Homecoming. And I played 4, but I didn't finish 4. Played most of them.
Yeah, I've never played any of the Silent Hill games, so I think I might end up doing that.
That would be, yeah, that would be a fun stream. The first Silent Hill game is really
Actually, that just reminded me that the Alone in the Dark exists.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what that's actually one of the things I've been meaning to do at one point. I want to do a new Nightmare, and I think you can get it on GOG and play it.
I'm just thinking of the original Alone in the Dark.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, yeah, I'm never playing that. That one's too clunky.
Those games are extremely clunky.
Yeah, that is definitely my territory.
That would be like going to the original Tomb Raider. It's just like for me, it's unplayable at this point.
It's worse than going to the original.
It's great because the original, because the Tomb Raider games were bad even then.
Yeah.
I mean, I played a lot of the Tomb Raider games like way back in the day and didn't have issues with them, but I tried replaying the first game like 5 years ago, and like at level 2 I just couldn't take it anymore. Like it is so hard to control.
We should try playing the original. Yeah.
Apparently RetroArch has some weird core in it that it's like an open source version of the original Tomb Raider.
Yeah, man, like the second level starts with push puzzles, push block puzzles, and it is the worst thing ever. Like pushing things in Tomb Raider is a fucking chore, and it's a game built around pushing things.
My experience with Tomb Raider, the originals, are Laura killing herself more than anything else in the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe Anniversary is pretty playable though.
I think I'm looking at Steam right now, and I have 1, 2, 3 Anniversary Legend and Underworld. So.
There's like just like a few Tomb Raider games that just do not like even know what they are. Like there's Tomb Raider Underworld. I have no fucking clue what Underworld is.
That was like the remake, first remake.
No, Anniversary is the first remake.
Second remake then.
Is Underworld a remake? Like I don't know. It's just like completely flew by my radar.
I remember seeing one Tomb Raider game that's off camera, like half isometric.
The isometric ones is the co-op ones, Warrior of Light, and I think something else.
Yep, Underworld is one of the remakes.
Oh, okay.
Did they make several remakes?
Yeah, they rebooted the series several times.
Oh wow. What about Legend? That also?
No, Legend. Legend is the first game of the first reboot.
Is that the one that top-down game that was apparently really good spawned from?
No, that's Tomb Raider Go and Warrior of Light.
Yeah.
No, so it was like, so you have the first Tomb Raiders, so it's like 1, 2, 3, Revelation, Chronicles, and then Angel of Darkness, and that's
Angel of Darkness, which was really badly.
Yeah, that's the one that kind of, yeah, that killed the franchise when it happened. Then you have the first reboot, which was Legend, and then after they did the Legend, they did a remake of the very first game, which was called Anniversary, but it used the Legend engine. And then after that, I lose track.
It's just too much.
Yeah. And now Square Enix is rebooting it again because Shadow of the Tomb Raider was the last of the new trilogy, and now they're gonna be rebooting it yet again.
Why?
That has to be the record for most rebooted franchise.
Yeah.
Probably.
I will not divulge any information to you. They're going to Norway. The coordinates are 67 degrees north by 16 degrees east.
And then snow happened. 50 years later.
And then BJ just shoots him. Okay, cutscene time. Time to listen to the clock.
Well, Jack, Agent Blazkowicz is certainly full of surprises.
Oh, no.
There's no denying that.
No, sir.
Of course, I always knew he was resourceful, but I never imagined he had such expert interrogation skills. Well, from BJ's interrogation of the officer, we now know the approximate location of Death's Head's so-called X-Labs in occupied Norway. What have we learned from our defecting scientist?
Well, unfortunately, not as much as I'd hoped.
I knew
Pretty
that's why
badly
that voice
shaken,
sounded familiar.
He still hasn't completely recovered. He kept referring to a project Uber Soldat.
Super soldier.
Yes. From what I could piece together, it involves some bizarre synthesis of robotic and biological engineering.
For what purpose?
Apparently, to create the ultimate killing machine.
Good Lord.
According to the scientist, this project is Death's Head's baby. The thing most near and dear to his heart. And he's been working on it in one form or another since 1937.
I suppose that explains the proto-soldier blueprint and those loping monstrosities as well. But it still doesn't explain the involvement with the occult.
No, it doesn't. And there's only one place where we're likely to find that out.
Yes, and that's why Agent Blazkowicz is on his way to the X-Labs in Norway as we speak.
Okay, now you can say whose voice it is.
That is Tony Che. If you are not familiar, that is Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame. He's just a really prolific voice actor.
Before the cutscene, I just had a sudden revelation that, oh no, Dead Snow works perfectly in the Wolfenstein universe. At least
Also,
one of it.
apparently this game has a really good voice cast that none of them are credited.
None of them?
Yeah, it's just every role on IMDb is listed as uncredited.
Huh. I wonder if it was a union thing.
I would imagine that some of these people are union. Steve Blum's in it, Cam Clark, Charles Napier, BJ Ward. Does BJ Ward sound familiar? Oh, Scarlett from G.I. Joe.
That's... I'm just kind of silently agreeing with Naren here. Not really silent anymore.
But we're fighting Arctic action Nazis now.
Ah yes, welcome to the Arctic, Norway, I guess. Where in Norway is this again?
Somewhere in Norway.
Also, Bill Brown apparently worked on the music of this game, and I was wondering why it sounded familiar. Because Bill Brown is the composer for, I know Rainbow Six 2 and 3. Can't remember which other Rainbow Sixes.
Man, I also love how this game doesn't have the problem of, oh, did they kill him or not, because their weapon just immediately pops out of their hand.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Same.
That's like one of the things I remember absolutely despising about Grand Theft Auto 4 was that you would shoot people like 15 times, they would fall down, but then just immediately get back up.
Yeah.
You know, it's really hard to tell when you kill someone.
Also, this is now making me actually want to play Soldier of Fortune of all things. Okay, that's a light bulb.
Also, I love the fact that the gun that you're using is actually definitely a real thing.
I wonder if I can like shoot that barrel.
The most silent version.
Oh, I think I accidentally shot the guy.
It did.
Let's see, do I have a Panzerfaust? No. Okay, maybe this will actually...
Seems like
It's not an exploding barrel.
Wait, does it auto lock on to a model or is it locked just that wide?
There's probably a headbox thing.
Just go over him and blowtorch him to death.
Ah, yes. Blowtorch, the classic.
I mean, I do have a flamethrower, I think. Yeah, I do. It's just like it's suicide to use it because they keep shooting at you.
I thought that was just a blowtorch. I didn't realize it was just a full-on flamethrower.
Yes.
World War II.
So the
They were
issue.
still around.
Oh, that's why it's not an explosive barrel. It's a fire barrel.
Trying to keep warm.
Also, man, when I was a kid, it was the coolest shit that you could like move it and then the like flame would go in the direction.
It's a really nice, some really nice essentially. Especially for being this early.
Okay, time to use this flamethrower in this wooden house.
Gotta create a nice flame.
Man, now that I mentioned Rainbow Six 3 and the fact that this looks like one of the maps, I'm just expecting you to go over to one of those windows and be able to mouse wheel your way to open them up.
This is why the flamethrower is not super good. Because while you're setting them on fire, they can still shoot you.
Oh, yeah, that's
and you just
sucks.
Yeah. So you ideally you would ideally want them to actually like start like fidgeting around as soon as they're caught on fire.
That is a really good person on fire effect.
Lolo, you mentioning Rainbow Six made me want to play SWAT 4 right now.
I mean, it's always a good time to play SWAT 4.
Always a good time to commit brutality. Wow. Flamethrower sucks.
The most silent weapon known to man, fire.
I mean, their screams are louder than the actual weapon.
So in the game I worked on, we had this thing where if you use your abilities on an enemy, like a flashbang to stun them or something like that, they wouldn't alert other enemies because the idea is like they're dazed and whatnot, and also you shouldn't be punished for using your abilities. But I made a point that like, look, for the Molotov cocktail, as soon as somebody set on fire, they should alert everybody. And they were like, why? Like, well, because they're screaming. Like...
They're using their inbuilt human alarm. And
Yeah.
I'm in massive amount of pain and on fire.
Yeah, but also it did so much damage and basically disabled the enemy completely, so it was kind of like, okay to balance it out. And yeah, that flamethrower is really weak. I like, two things I really appreciate in a game is a good shotgun and good set people on fire options, and this game has neither.
This game didn't have a shotgun.
Yeah, it's so weird it doesn't have a shotgun. I commented on that a bit ago.
Yeah, and I still think it's really weird for this game.
It could be that really shotguns weren't quite used as much in World War II, in this kind of thing, and the Germans definitely did not use them.
No, no, definitely. I would like my weapons to be authentic in this game.
There's just
Well, yeah, I suppose, but still.
Being in apparently really far north in Norway, you would have a perfect excuse for having a shotgun. Just go into random shack or something. A hunter's shack.
I'm just trying to think about what all. So I know the U.S. used them. I can't think of anyone else that did, though.
It's not really a good weapon of war, I guess.
Yeah, it's Germany. Like, that was like one of Germany's complaints against us during the World War I, is that we were being inhumane because we were using shotguns. Because we were using a weapon that was designed to hunt game on humans.
Yeah.
They're like, wait, you're using machine guns? What the hell are you talking about?
Well, yeah, machine guns are made to kill a person. It's like a dignified way to kill somebody. Says the Nazi who is, you know, gassing people.
Also, World War I, everyone else was having their own little interesting little war crimes.
Yeah. Gotta love that mustard gas.
Was that World War One?
Mustard gas.
Probably.
Yeah, that was the trenches in World War One.
Like, I believe that was like when World War One was after when people decided, maybe we should categorize stuff as, you know, like war crimes, because...
Yeah. Did you need a convention?
Well, it's also the fact that, like, weapons technology had advanced between the last huge war, so that it was like when, like, two advanced militaries fought against each other in that kind of scale. It was like, okay, let's bring out everything we have. Holy shit, that's a lot.
Yeah. And also, the really inhumane shit just happened. Like, using chemical warfare was deemed as, yeah, maybe not very good.
But don't worry, you can unlock White Phosphorus in Modern Warfare 2 for your kill streak.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
That was great.
That thing that's should be a war crime 100% of the time, but somehow it's not.
I mean, it was also great because one of the Rainbow Sixes also had White Phosphorus as a grenade. It was starting with Rainbow Six 3 on the consoles. You could start having red phosphorus or white phosphorus grenades for some unknown reason.
That definitely didn't last long, because that wasn't in the Vegas games.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was.
That's
Yeah, because when we were playing, I played a lot of multiplayer, and what you would do is it was the only way you could have two sets of offensive grenades, because you would have frags and white phosphorus. It was really irritating because unlike the frag, the white phosphorus would go off the moment that it hit the ground.
You know, white phosphorus, that thing that Iraqi forces used to say, oh hey, they are being really fucking inhumane.
Yeah.
White phosphorus against us.
Well, from what I understand, the like Modern Warfare thing is like, oh, that's not like white phosphorus being meant to be for infantry that's no longer used. That's white phosphorus that's like meant to like block away people. Like it's something that's still used. It's not like actual like napalm used on people. It's more like white phosphorus gas, but also it is fucking lethal.
The problem is white phosphorus fumes are fucking poisonous as hell.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's because like people have heard about white phosphorus because I mean there are things like I want to say that red. I can't remember what exactly it is, but I believe red phosphorus is a thing, and it's not like there is because I think that people want to just use white phosphorus when they mean thermite, because I think they're attempting to do the same thing.
To be fair, Rain Whisker, Command and Conquer is like chock full with war crimes. Like that's
Yeah, I would imagine
that one's almost like a parody of war.
Yeah,
It
Anthrax.
is 100% a parody of war.
I would say if it's in Red Alert, it fits perfectly.
Yeah.
This is the game that has Tim Curry saying that he is going to escape capitalism in the only place that it's not right.
Hey!
Well, it's also like the units are like super like ridiculous. Like a bunch of like Russian units are like Crazy Ivan and shit like that, and like with a faux Soviet accent. It's a pretty it's a pretty ridiculous game.
Yeah, General says that's not as kosher, so to speak.
I never played General, so
I actually remember playing quite a bit of Generals, and I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I only played like Red Alert from the Command and Conquer games.
I think, actually, now that I think about it, I believe Command and Conquer was the first game I ever played online multiplayer in. Over in landline with my friend who I had to coordinate on the phone for like 20 minutes in order to get to work.
Wait, was the Generals the third-person one, or was it Renegade?
No, that's Renegade. Generals was the reboot. It was like well after like Red Alert had become popular. It was an attempt to make a Command and Conquer game that's more, I would say, realistic, because it was like, I want to say it was actual, like, meant more direct representation of actual countries as compared to like the yeah, it's a war on terror, Kasha. That's a good way to put it, because it was like, here's your U.S., here's your Al Qaeda or whatever stand-in.
That kind of just feels like
Jeez.
or Command and Conquer in general.
Command and Conquer Generals, I believe, came out in the period of time of computer games in which SimCity Societies also came out in. For good reason. It was the SimCity game that would normally be considered the worst in the series if that other SimCity game did not come out.
Wow.
Because it was right after The Sims became popular, so they kind of more focused on like how your buildings, like they put all the framing in terms of people, and it just did not play well. Also, boy, or how those people taking a lot of bullets.
To be fair, the trenchcoat guys are pretty illegal. Unlike these boys.
Yeah, they just kind of explode.
Just turn into red paste.
Yeah, I did not realize that Command and Conquer had a actual real-life warfare cache-in era.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's...
I really want to try that game. Although I guess I do have that.
Oh. Oh, yeah, apparently Command & Conquer Generals came out in 2003. Also shares a composer with this game, because also Bill Brown also worked on it.
Wow, that's...
And go figure, it has been banned in both China and Germany.
I'm not surprised.
The BPJM stated that the game would give underage people the ability to play the war in Iraq before the real war had even begun.
Oh no.
Also, additionally, the player would be able to kill civilians.
No.
You know, like I feel like if that game was released now and had like used different conflict and anticipation, they'd just come out and say like, "Oh no, it's not political. Don't worry."
It's never political.
I gotta think. Oh god, I remember this level, actually. This one's rough. There was a, I should wait for this to be over.
Yes, sir. The American agent has infiltrated the X-Lab facility.
What? Will this fool follow me to the ends of the earth?
What are your orders, Herr Oberfuhrer?
Dispatch the remaining security force immediately.
And if the American gets past the security
You
force?
could also kill civilians with Red Alert.
Jawohl!
I was gonna say, like, there was an interview from Game Informer with the Modern Warfare devs. They kind of went on record saying that they don't think their game is political. But you know, as someone whose as someone whose country was bombed, I find that highly offensive on so many levels.
That's
if you have a game about warfare, it's fucking.
It's great because they don't think that it's political. Is in fact very much, because I can very familiar with that kind of person, is very much a political statement.
Well, it's more like I think the reasoning was, oh, it doesn't reference real life political figures or real life conflicts, so it's not actually political. I'm kind of like. Because they were like, oh, it's set here, but it could have been set anywhere. It's like, yeah, but you chose to set it where you did.
Yeah.
You just because you take a letter and move it off the alphabet one does not make it completely removed from what you're clearly basing it on.
I don't know. I just find that like highly ridiculous.
As it is.
I feel it's like it's so there was this one there's this like documentary. I need to actually pause this to explain. There's this documentary on Netflix for how toys are made, and there was one documentary on how the G.I. Joes were made. And there was this one moment where one of the people who was like the artist for the comic books, when it was adapted to the cartoon, he said he found it morally bankrupt to depict warfare, but not actually to depict death. And the narrator, because it was all of this upbeat, like narration for the entire show, was like, "Oh wow, way to be a downer, so and so." And I'm kind of like just thinking, like, yeah, it feels like the general attitude, like at least in the U.S. sometimes, is like, "Oh yeah, it's war. It's meant to be like entertaining."
Well, I remember seeing a screenshot of it was someone who made something relatively innocuous, I think, that he was basically going, yeah, the way that oh, that's right, it was the guy who writes Animorphs, that series of young adult novels.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was like...
I think it's a female author.
Oh. I just saw the quote, but
yeah.
It's basically, it was like, yeah, I put death and I put suffering in my books because that's something that people actually experience. I'm not going to sugarcoat it just because it's for teens. And I think that was the general gist, but there might have been another point that she was making.
I think the point, the main point she made was people were upset that some characters didn't get a happy end, and then she was like, well, you know, it's war, and you can't just like have a war happen without the consequences that happen after war. And I think she commented on like, yeah, like I feel like people should understand that when there is war, like these kind of things happen, and I was like, it's not like a fancy, nice Hollywood ending. Oh shit. Yeah, Rain Wesker, I can see that. Like, it's also sorry to interrupt. It's also weird. Like, I've seen sometimes people say stuff like, "Oh, like artists or musicians shouldn't like comment on politics," which is ridiculous to me because music and like art in general has always been a major voice in anti-war sentiments, like throughout history, and a driving political force. So it's not like, oh, like you're an artist, you shouldn't get mixed up in politics. That's just so tone deaf, and like no understanding of history whatsoever.
It's like it always fascinates me when people say that science fiction itself should not be, or like panders too much to progressive issues. Which, asshole, have you looked into the history of sci-fi? It's why the genre exists.
Yeah. Anyway, Nazis being destroyed by their own inhuman experiments. How ironic.
Right.
And also funny.
Speaking of science fiction.
Oh god! Motherfucker. Oh shit.
I like that I got
extreme close up.
I like that I got the delayed reaction that still struck me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scared the shit out of me.
So, when it comes to like movies and politics, I'm thinking, I started thinking Rambo 1 versus.
Oh, motherfucker!
The other three.
Oh, hi.
Rambo movies after First Blood.
Oh god, yeah, like First Blood and like the sequels are so fucking different, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. The First Blood is basically just, oh, this is what war does to a person. Just completely destroys them with PTSD and then people who completely just treats them like shit afterwards. And then the other movies just, hello war. just a fucking war romp.
I always love seeing the death chart of the here's how many people Rambo kills in each, or how many people just die in general in each movie. And just see a tiny blip of First Blood and just having it go all the way up to 4. Let's say, wasn't it like more people die in the last 10 minutes of 4 than they did in the entire franchise like 3 times over?
Quite possibly.
It just feels so wrong. What happened with the franchise?
I mean, it had a Saturday morning cartoon. I think that's like commentary on it. Then again, RoboCop also had a Saturday morning cartoon.
RoboCop had one. Highlander had one.
Mortal Kombat had one.
Mortal Kombat had
Wait,
one.
what?
Yeah, Mortal Kombat had a Saturday morning
Mortal
cartoon.
Kombat, I think, had a couple.
No, just the one.
Nope.
Of the Realm.
There's no, there's 2. There's one that was like a direct-to-video that was like this mix of 3D and 2D, like the New Adventures of Johnny Quest. But that one I think was only a pilot.
How did they think that was a good idea?
Money.
Yeah.
Literally, somebody went to them and said like, "Hey, you have an IP. We can make you money. Do you want money and royalties from toys?" And you're like, "Heck yeah." I think that video, I think that pilot was part of, that probably was part of a video of like the movie or the sequel or something like that.
I want to say it came with, there was like, I want to say they gave it out with something because I remember having it and I don't remember actually having it bought.
Yeah.
Like I want to say it was like a side thing to. It sounds like something that they'd give away with like the SNES version of 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking now as well. I mean, Bubsy had a pilot. Thankfully, we never saw a full cartoon of that. Give that a helmet. Okay. Now to do the standard issue old FPS part, which is where the heck am I meant to go again?
Turn around.
Oh shit!
Oh. I guess you found it.
That's the big boy.
said?
Yeah, Police Academy definitely had a cartoon because that's the only time I've ever seen anything Police Academy.
Oh right, yeah, it did have a cartoon.
That was the Police Academy basically already like the cartoon.
Yes. Also, The Mask had one. Ace Ventura had one.
Oh man, I remember.
Beetlejuice.
I remember like a Mask episode that had a crossover with the Ace Ventura cartoon as well.
It was very fitting. Wow. Clerks had an animated show.
Well, Police Academy was basically just a silly... It was just a vehicle for silly things.
I mean,
So
it had some kind of real moments as well.
But most of it is just easily translatable to just silly, exaggerated parts.
I was to say, that cartoon had to have Michael Winslow in it, right?
Not sure.
Like, let's say if there's anything from Police Academy you get, it's Michael Winslow. Oh yeah, Ghostbusters had the real Ghostbusters. That was PG.
There were a few Ghostbuster cartoons. Like there was one based on the movie cast, and then there was like a few reboots, like the new Ghostbusters and things like that. Oh fuck me.
According to Wikipedia, the Police Academy, the series, did not have the voice of Michael Winslow, thus defeating the entire point of the entire show.
Yeah, there we go.
Just the zombie.
Only reason.
I won the DPS race. This is how Bioshock combat, by the way, goes. Whoever has more health wins. Ah, thank fuck. Some rockets. That's not open. Yeah, you have fun, kids.
The thing I mean is, at least I can see a kind of straight path to translating Police Academy to kind of friendly, unlike Mortal Kombat and stuff like that.
To be fair, Mortal Kombat, despite the violence, was mostly played by kids anyway.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, most of the time that I played Mortal Kombat was, well, when I was well underage.
Yeah. Time when you do not have enough
time to use those rockets.
The only time I played a Mortal Kombat game, I quickly decided game sucked. It just stopped.
Nope, that was a, well, I would say that was a key arcade experience, except the arcade that had the more recent Mortal Kombats would mostly have also the newest Capcom fighters, so that seemed to be the more...
I think one of the problems I had as well was I tried one of the earlier Mortal Kombat games.
2 and 3 are still good.
At
least I think they are.
One is garbage.
Maybe I tried the first game and just decided, no, it sucks, I'm not gonna play another Mortal Kombat.
The thing is, like, with Mortal Kombat, unless you specifically know how it's played, it's not super entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Friday. We're doing a bit of a longer stream. Pursue Death's Head to the Uber-Soldat Death Lab. Eliminate Death's Head Uber-Soldat. Locate expertise service. I think this might be a boss fight, I can't remember.
You wanna know?
let's leave it as a surprise.
I will say this is the final mission in the chapter, so.
I tried to put an actual question mark, but it wouldn't let me. These boys aren't nearly as intimidating as they are in the new ones. Like in the new Wolfenstein, they are fucking terrifying.
Hmm.
Yeah, much meatier and do much more damage.
Yeah. To be fair, I usually play I play new FPS on like 1 difficulty above normal, but whenever I play an old FPS, I'm kind of like, I'm gonna keep it on normal. I don't trust it. It's old and unfamiliar and cursed.
There.
Never trust an old school game.
Another thing that kind of makes newer but scary is it goes a lot more into the like, oh shit, they just put a brain in there or something.
Definitely feel like I'm intended to use the minigun now, considering I have like thousands of bullets.
Mm-hmm.
When did we go from spooky scary skeleton knights to robots? 2 levels. No, 1 level ago. Yeah. Last level.
The end of mission 4.
Yeah, the end of mission 4. So maybe 2 levels ago.
Wait. Wait.
See, if this was a Resident Evil game, these would break out, but because it's not a Resident Evil game, I know they won't.
So they need armor.
That's not even good XP for a previous level. You can't have them running around naked. That's not how Western games do it. That's only allowed in Japanese games.
This mission is kind of canon.
Agent Blazkowicz, is it? You are most precious specimen. It will be my pleasure to dissect your piece by piece.
Oh, unfortunately I have to head up, so talk to you guys later.
Catch you later.
Later, low.
Do not confuse it with the mere prototypes you have encountered. This is the pinnacle of all my research. Thus it was so that the super soldier.
Ah, there we go. That's the big boy.
An answer to your question, Bear. Special toy.
Oh shit, he has a Tesla gun. Fuck.
Yep.
He has everything.
Yep.
He also has ads. Should already get. Okay, I see where the armor is, but I can't really get to it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Sadly,
Congrats on armor.
armor isn't the second health bar, it's damage mitigation.
Yeah.
Jesus. Fuck me.
Coincidentally toy, isn't he?
Elsie, yeah, the New Order doesn't have occult stuff, but the standalone expansion does. The Old Blood.
There's a hole in the wall.
I don't think it's an actual hole, though, I can go through.
We'll find out.
Although I can see it's like, it's not. Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Nazis, man.
Yeah.
Sure,
Wow.
I guess that works.
So you need.
I think he's dead.
Yep. And he gets up now. Yep.
Let's look at hell yes.
I believe this is also the last new weapon we get in the game.
I think so too. Kinda surprised it's called a Tesla gun. And not like Stromgewehr or something.
Yeah, I would not think the Germans would have any. I would not think they'd ever name it anything about after test. Ever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my thoughts as well.
It's a very nerd name to give a gun.
Really big fans of Tesla out here in Norway.
Oh no, he escaped.
The Tesla fan club.
That was a kind of annoying fight because of all the ads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you know, like, immediately dying.
If you
Okay,
got too close, you just blew up because. Yeah, just a rock. Reaction time.
let's check out the cutscene.
Now, how is Agent Blazkowicz?
A little beat up, sir, but nothing too serious. They've just finished with him in debriefing.
Well, he certainly came through for us this time. Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. Advanced weapons, biological engineering, robotics, and the occult. It all fits. Into what exactly, I'm not sure, but it all fits.
I was thinking along those same lines, sir.
Jack, call a meeting.
Yes, sir.
Now, what have you got there, Jack?
2 decoded dispatches just in from Ultra. The first one is a complete itinerary for Reichsfuhrer SS Heinrich Himmler, covering the next 48 hours. Now wait till you see the next one. A private communique from one Wilhelm Strasse, alias Death's Head, to the same Reichsfuhrer SS, dated yesterday. Shall I read it?
Please.
My dear Reichsfuhrer SS, as you are no doubt already aware, my X-Labs lie in complete ruin. Operation Ubersoldat, my life's work, is now a bitter memory. I realize you still have faith in the ultimate success of Operation Resurrection. I wish I could share your confidence, but I feel you have been misled by individuals whose mental competence must be called into question. I leave you now with a word of caution. The Allies have sent a most determined and capable agent to disrupt your ceremony. Do not make the mistake of underestimating him, as I did. Yours faithfully, SS Oberfuhrer Wilhelm Strasse.
Comments, gentlemen?
Sir, may I speak freely?
By all means.
I have to confess, I'm having a hard time taking this seriously. I mean, are we really supposed to believe that all this has transpired so the Nazis can, well, I don't know, summon the spirit of a 1,000-year-old prince? To do what? Win the war for them?
Now wait just a minute.
Please, Jack, let me finish. Now, on top of that, we have what amounts to their own top scientists telling them they've all collectively blown a head gasket. What further evidence do we need?
Sir, it just occurred to me that we may be looking at this the wrong way. I mean, well, if these blokes are really intent upon squandering precious time and resources on all this mystic mumbo-jumbo, well then...
Go on.
What I mean to say is, if they're dead set upon sabotaging their own war effort, why should we try to stop them?
Jack, I'm sure you have something to add.
Yes, sir, I do. Gentlemen, if just 2 weeks ago someone had mentioned legions of undead, man-made monsters and demons from hell, would any of you have taken them seriously? Of course not, and neither would I. But think of all we've learned since then. Now you're saying we should ignore the rest of it because, why, it's too incredible? I'm not saying I believe it. I'm saying we can't afford to dismiss it. Once again, it's your call, sir.
It's settled then. Blazkowicz returns to Castle Wolfenstein.
Oh, he said it. Said the thing. Said return to Castle Wolfenstein. That's the name of the game.
Oh yes.
Title drop.
The writing on this scene. It's so good.
Okay. Who on earth is it?
Drop zone up ahead. Visibility 4,000 yards. Wind 5 knots south-southeast. Conditions
It all
good.
fits.
Prepare for
All
jump in
fits.
2 minutes.
I'm not sure how, but...
I have an important delivery. Sorry, this road is closed. What do you mean, closed? It can't be closed. This is the only road into Paderborn. I know, that's why it's closed. Due to special conditions of security pertaining to the upcoming ceremony, absolutely no traffic is to be allowed in or out of the vicinity of the village of Paderborn for the next 24 hours, by order of General von Stauff. But this delivery is for General von Stauff. It's 6 cases of cheese and sausages for the officer's kitchen. Get him on the phone now. I'm sure he'll make an exception.
I feel like they're taking
Sorry,
more and
you're
more to
completely blacked out. What? Due to special conditions of security pertaining to the upcoming ceremony, absolutely no radio communications will be allowed in or out of the vicinity of the village of Paderborn for the next 24 hours by order... Yeah, I know, by order of General von Stauff. Look, I'm not going
Just
to be held
discreetly
responsible for this. I absolutely
landing
refuse
in
to
the
budge
back.
from this spot until you let me through. Suit yourself, but you'll be staying here until tomorrow. But what am I supposed to do with all this cheese? I don't know. Look for some crackers?
It's taking the piss out of its own story.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. We're gonna wrap it up here. So... Well, we don't know if he has crackers. So anyway, we're gonna finish the playthrough on Monday, because this is the last stretch of the game. And on Sunday, we'll be streaming some Sega Ages releases for the Switch, because I want to check those out and show them off. So we'll be going through a few games from those. If you enjoyed the show, please follow, and if you want to hang out, there's also a Discord. As Lolo started streaming, yes, Lolo has started streaming. I'm gonna raid Lolo, so say hello to him. And I will catch you all on Sunday. Have a nice weekend. Good night.
Later.